Today, we're going to look at NECA's Ultimate Dracula black and white variant. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at NECA's Ultimate Dracula, the black and white version. Now this was one that I think I did like better than the color one. Now most of my NECAs I enjoyed the color version better, but Dracula and the Wolfman are the two that I enjoyed the black and white version. Universal Studios NECA figures. Now I have had this one out of the box, so I did not get to put it on the channel, so that's what I'm doing today. I'm just going to show it off and talk about it a little bit and get it on my YouTube channel. So that is what I'm doing here today, and we will start with looking at the package. And this is the alternate poster art from the movie 1931 Dracula. One of the greatest movies of all time, an outstanding performance by the entire cast. I love Bela Lugosi in this, but I really like Dwight Frye in this. Now Dwight Frye, I think, to me, puts on the best performance in the film. But yeah, Bela Lugosi is awesome in it. Absolutely awesome. But yeah, the poster art, we get a nightmare of horror up here. Dracula. Let's get my glasses because I can't see. And way down here, you can't hardly read, it says Bela Lugosi, David Manners, Helen Chandler, Dwight Frye. Ultimate Count Dracula. On this side, we get Dracula, Universal Monsters, NECA, Real Toys, and a position of a photograph of our action figure. On this side, the same thing on the bottom and top, but a different setup of our action figure. Top, we get Dracula, and we get Dracula on the steps at his castle there. And it says, ages 17 and up, warning, choking hazards, and NECA. And on the bottom, we do get the Lugosi logo right there, saying that they paid the Lugosi estate to make his likeness. We get NECA, Universal Studios, and we get the makers of this here action figure. On the back it says Dracula, and we get some ways that we can pose our action figure there. So it looks really good. Now there are slight differences with this figure. It's kind of like the Nosferatu Count Orlok figure we opened. So there are really slight differences, and it's mostly in the accessories. Once we get this open, we will compare it with our colored version. But on the inside, you get this great picture of our action figure there, and there he is behind his window. We'll take it out of the bottom, because that's where I originally took it out. And I do have a mint on card of this. So I have two of each one of my Universal Monsters, except because I haven't got it yet, the black and white creature from the Black Lagoon. There he is. Now let's go ahead and pull out his backdrop, and that's it, empty there. And check this out. I want to say that might be different than our colored version. I'll have to look at that. I thought the color version was like steps or something, but we'll check that out too. And here he is in his plastic coffin. Check that out. All right, we will go through accessories first, and I did not take the bat out, so I'll have to cut him out. Cut the bat out here. And this is Dracula right there. Dracula in bat form. So that is awesome. This was also in the color version. And then we're going to take this cap off. This is also different. A cane. cane for Dracula. So that's awesome. And then we get our different hands. So first of all, we get a right hand kind of reaching out. And then we get these left and right, very emotional, coming to get you hands. Very good looking hands there. A left hand that's kind of reaching out. It's pretty close to the same one that we have over here. And then we get this one, which is able to hold his hat. Next, we are going to get a top hat. Now, that's very different than our color version. There was no top hat, so that's great. And then looky here, we get a stand. This stand now is not for our action figure. This is to hold our bat. Now, our color version did have this, so the bat just sits right on top of it. So we got the bat. Now we get our extra heads. And the first head we're going to get is this kind of smiling Count Dracula. That looks awesome. And then we get this mad Count Dracula. Yeah, he's in a bad mood there. One more. And it's probably the main one. And it is behind him, I believe. But we'll pull him out. Count Dracula, black and white, has been resurrected. There he is. And here is his cape. It was back behind him. And that is it. Empty. So this is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Now, there is a little difference in this figure than in the color. But let's step through articulation first. Doesn't look up like all of them. Looks down left and right on the head. Shoulder goes all the way around. It's that single butterfly. He has single elbow, pinless elbow. And he can throw a Nolan Ryan fastball. He's got wrists that go up and back. There is a hula hoop waist, and that will pivot, the waist will. He's got big splits, big straddles. That hip will move around really well there. The knee is single jointed, not quite a 90 there, but it will also pivot in and out. And then we get no ankle articulation, really. I mean, there's slight, but he definitely cannot pirouette. He's not doing any pirouetting. Our hands this time are gloved white hands. Now they have like a white silk glove over top. Kind of looks like our Invisible Man hands. And that's it for articulation. So your basic Universal Monsters, Ultimate, NECA articulation. Now let's take a look at the head sculpt. Amazing. Looks absolutely amazing. So much like Bela Lugosi. I mean, so much. It just looks so good. Now, the one thing I did complain, I do know on the color version, and this is carrying over, it's not really a complaint. I guess I'm not complaining. I'm just kind of critiquing. It has much more of a widow's peak than Bela Lugosi actually had. I think they kind of, because that, you know, when we look at Count Dracula pictures, not Bela Lugosi, but other pictures of a vampire or a Count Dracula, they have that widow's peak. I don't know where that came from because it did not come from Bela Lugosi, because if you look at him, his hair is just pulled back, and there's not that much of a widow's peak. And then we get down into the suit. Looks great. Now the pants are the same. Let's go ahead and pop this cape on. Now this cape is awesome because it just pops right on and it stays. Kind of got a plastic hook right here. It's not really a hook, but it just snaps around that neck and holds. Now it doesn't stay really well, but enough to do that and it'll stay. If I did it really hard, I think that thing would come off there. But man, that looks great. Absolutely great. The inside, look how the inside light gray, and then black. Light gray and black. So that's really cool. I like that a lot. So let's go ahead and get down our color Dracula. Now we will look at these head sculpts first, and they are exactly the same. 100% exactly the same. Now where we get a little different is on this undershirt. And when I say undershirt, I mean this vest and then the shirt underneath it. I think the shirt underneath it looks the same. Now the color version has that medallion hanging around his neck, where our black and white version does not, but he's got that watch hanging here. And there's a kind of a star, a pocket watch, if you will, or just the old-timey watches they used to wear. So that is a big difference right there. Still has a bow tie, but the bow tie is different. It is different. We'll get close-up views of this. But everything else is the same. The pants are the same. Shoes are the same. Let's see. Let's check out one other thing I really want to look at is to see if I noticed this hand that looks like it can hold his top hat. I wonder if that hand came with our color version, because I'm not thinking it did. No, it don't. So it does not. So our color version come with the platter or the plate and the bottle of wine, the 2 cups for the wine, and the candle, and that is it. This one has a lot more hands with it. Now, this color version come with 3 hands, where our black and white version has come with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hands. So you get 2 extra hands, no wine, but you do get this awesome cane. So I really want to get this in his hand. So the hand we got is this pointy hand. Now this is what's going to hold this cane right here, I do believe. See if we can get it in there. Yeah, check that out. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now, I do have to give it to I think I like this black and white one better. Then we put that hat on there. Boy, oh boy, do we look awesome. Yeah, I've got to go with this black and white. Just because these accessories are a little more practical, I think. The cane and the top hat, where color one had the wine bottles and wine glasses. Now, that is one of my favorite scenes of the movie, when he offers Renfield, Dwight Frye, some wine. But this has got the cane, the top hat, just like when he was in London and he was buying the Carfax Abbey castle that he was going to move into. But unbelievable. We'll get up close pictures of all of these, and that's it. Now, I have decided on Halloween I will do a video of my top 10 horror figures that I have opened this season. Now, unfortunately, neither one of these are going to qualify. I kind of kicked it around a little bit, and I figured if I'm going to do this, I need to do it with ones that are brand new to me, ones that I have just opened, never had out of the package, and I indeed had both of these out of the package. So these are not going to qualify. I'm telling you now, if they did, this would be towards the top. This would absolutely be in the top, if not number 1, 2 or number 2 or 3. Absolutely would be. And this one would definitely be in the top 10. But as it stands, I'm making the rules, and the rules are, if you've been out of the package, if I've had them in my hand, the action figure in my hand, they don't qualify. So I will have to look into which ones I did not open And they don't have to be brand new. They can be older, but they're new to me. Never been out of the package to me. And I think it should be a fun little top 10 for Halloween. So that's my plans for Halloween. As we sit here today, it is October 29th. So we are only 2 days away from Halloween. I can't wait. I'm pumped up, getting ready for the big day. But that's it for Dracula, for Bela Lugosi, for the Carfax Abbey and NECA. Until next time, oh yeah.